started. Let me just lower down the volume a little bit. I think 50 should be good. All right. Put my microphone up a little bit. Whew. Okay, let's get started. Whew. Oh shoot! I forgot a couple things. Wait a minute. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Just gotta check up on my. Just gonna check up on my thing for. I got something from work, so I just gotta do something real quick. Alright, everybody, let's get started. Let me just get my last bit of work stuff out of the way. Ready. Okay, we should be good now. Whew. Alright. Now that everything is taken care of, let's introduce tonight's race. So, that ninja's not gonna race itself. We'll try. Hi Maya, hi love. How are you? Okay, so here's how this race is gonna go. So we've got a 24-lap race around Circuit de Saint-Croix. Oh God, why can't I speak? I feel like a little bloated right now. It's kind of hard for me to speak. Excuse me. Alright, so 24 laps around Circuit de Saint-Croix. This is the B layout, so it's not the full course. Now, what's gonna happen is it is a rolling start, and we have to do a mandatory tire change. So there's at least one stop for this. So here's the thing. The car that we're gonna be using is the GT3050. The A spec. This is a car based on F1 cars from the 1990s. And trust me when I say this, this car is an absolute menace. This is a... I know I've been trying to get used to not using traction control, but I gotta have traction control for this car. It's completely crazy. So, this is what I'm gonna be using. Now, we have about 5 minutes until the lobby opens, so I'll just hang about here. I'm just gonna put on the soft tires. Now, I just want to keep an eye out on... Did the stream pause? No, because I'm looking on the back because my hometown football club, my New York Red Bulls, they're playing right now. So it's halftime. They're dominating in Orlando. It's 2-0. So hold on a sec. I just want to, but I'm just having it out of shot, and it's okay. They're fine now. All right, they're fine now. All right. So we'll do that. Now, while we're waiting, I do have, you probably notice on the bottom below, I am now sponsored. I have a new partner in Dubby Energy. They've kindly sent me a solo leveling shaker, so I might as well try some of it. So one thing they offered me when... Actually, I'll move my microphone a little closer. So one thing they offered me when I took the brand sponsorship was that they were going to offer me a free tub, and it was going to be a mystery flavor. So unfortunately, I wasn't feeling that well last night, so I couldn't go live. But I wanted to show it off, but I got retro sherbet. So rainbow sherbet, ice cream flavored. So I'm gonna go give this a shot. I've never tried this before, so let's see. How many scoops am I supposed to put on this one? Just one scoop? No? Yeah, just one scoop. Alright, so let's give it a go. Let's try it. Okay, so one scoop of dubby. Let's do this. Alright, one scoop of dubby in the shaker. Sorry. And I'm just gonna mix it up with water. I got a couple bottles underneath. Alrighty. I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but alright, I can put a little bit more, so I have a second bottle of water. Alright, that should be good enough. Alrighty, save this for later. I can already smell it. This actually smells really good. It smells really fruity. Alright, make sure it's nice and tight. Give it a shake. It's a really nice pink color too. Matches my Diva sweater. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Okay. Oh, this tastes really good. It's really nice. Yeah, it's like a very berry flavor. So, oh, this is really good. Cool. Yeah, not bad. But yeah, if anybody wants to try dubby, when you guys go on the website, I think it's dubby.gg. But if you ever want to buy something, just go on Dubby's site. When you hit checkout, make sure you use Jethright as your promo code. That's $10, not $10, 10% off your order, and it helps support the channel. So yeah, if you guys want to give it a shot, go for it. All right, so sponsorship stuff out of the way. We're about to enter 20 seconds. Did they send me only one flavor? Yeah, it was just one flavor, but it's pretty good. I'm probably gonna end up buying more. So, but I want to finish up this. I want to finish up this supply first before I consider getting more. The one that really caught me interested was the free run flavor. So Dubby actually partners a lot with Crunchyroll. So currently they're doing a couple of collaborations with some anime. So I know there's a Free Run flavor right now. There's a Chainsaw Man flavor. There's a Solo Leveling flavor right now. So yeah, they're looking pretty cool. I personally get a discount for trying it out. All right, here we go. So we got about 14 minutes of practice, so let's get this going, shall we? And trust me when I say this, this car is going to be an absolute menace to drive. An F1, a 90s F1 machine. Ooh. So I'm playing with fire here by not using traction control, but I know this corner is going to be an absolute disaster. I can feel it in my bones. It's off cambered. You need to trail brake. People are going to get too aggressive on the throttle, and they're going to spin out. Now, my concern about this race is not the fact that we're in a complete death machine for a race car, but one thing that I'm worried about is sportsmanship rating has been turned off. So, for context, when you do a race in sport mode, which is... Oh, see, I told you. I should probably turn on some traction control. So, when you take part in a race in multiplayer mode, in sport mode specifically, depending on how your two things get affected: your driver rating, which is how quick, based on your results and stuff like that. But there's also your sportsmanship rating, how clean you are, how well you avoid getting into crashes or penalties, stuff like that. My concern about this race is that sportsmanship updates are turned off. Which makes me wonder, we are going to be anticipating heavy crashes. So that's something to bear in mind. But I've had enough practice with this race. I did some in my night off, even though I wasn't streaming last night. I decided to play some. I decided to do some practice runs of this track, so I'm some level of prepared. So the trick for this race is we're gonna have to do some fuel saving, and we're gonna have to protect the tires. So with 24 laps, the plan is to do about 15 laps on the mediums. So 140.9. Oh, did I accidentally, I think I muted my, my headphones. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. But I am in the market for getting a new headset pretty soon. Don't get me wrong, I love my my HyperX headset, but the cable's a little short. I'm very much considering getting a wireless headset for my next one. Ooh. Very close to the wall. Alright. So got 9 minutes. About 10 minutes of practice to go. Now, let's see here. Ah! I missed my braking point. I'm in the gravel. Nice and easy, nice and easy, nice and easy. Alright. Also did second half start? Second half started. Nice. So I have some, I got some soccer in the background, so fair warning if you see me turning my back. Oh, right. I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to do this tonight or tomorrow. But, actually, I think I'm going to do this tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, or maybe tomorrow night. Because I don't know. Because I'm supposed to be going to a birthday party for a family friend. They are turning 18. It's their 18th birthday, so we're gonna be having a party for that. Now, originally, I was supposed to be going to Philly. I was supposed to be going down to downtown Philly tomorrow for a work conference, but if you guys know what's about to happen in the East Coast here in the U.S., we're about to have a bit of a snowstorm again. So, as an abundance of caution, we're not going to the conference. So, which is kind of annoying because my boss had me bring home a bunch of trophies. He had me take home I had to bring home a bunch of trophies from the office, and I was just gonna drop it off at his place tomorrow, but he's just like, yeah, just leave it in the office. I'm like, oh, come on, you. I already took them and I already left. So I have a cardboard box full of trophies in my room. But whatever. But it does mean my schedule is opened up. Now, depending on how late I come home, I might do like an afternoon stream. And because what I definitely want to do tomorrow is to do my F1 predictions for the upcoming season. So obviously we know that we just had the second round of testing in Bahrain. So it's high time I decided to do my predictions for the season. So I have I'm gonna pull up a little spreadsheet. I'm gonna pull up an Excel document, and we're gonna list off all my predictions and expectations for the season. Ooh, I'm starting to find some pace. I love it. 139.7. I'm starting to get a feel for this race now. So the trick for this race is to stick to high gears. Because obviously low gears are going to make your car more maneuverable on turns, but it can induce a lot of excess wheel spin. So I just gotta make sure the stability stays. Oh. I hit the wall. I hit the wall again. Alright, 53rd minute. Red Bulls in Orlando. Still 2-0. Both goals scored by a 17-year-old. But yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do tomorrow. I'm going to do my F1 predictions. So what I'll do is I have one prediction for every team. Like one thing I'm going to predict for each team. I'm also going to predict who wins the teammate battle. And then maybe I'll pull some friends. I'll ask a few people in the space, see what they think, what are some predictions that they got. Then I'm gonna do some stuff about the new regulations, how the new street track in Madrid is going to be, what our thoughts are going to be on that, who's going to win the F2 season, you know? So we got a lot. We're gonna do a lot with those predictions. Oh, let's pay attention. Sorry, driving distracted. Well, 139.7. I'm a lot more confident now. Because right now we're in the doldrums of mid-D rank. This is like scrubs. I'm in like scrub lobbies right now. I need to step it up. I need to get some good results tonight. So that's why I named tonight's stream Operation DR Repair. Because I need some good results to improve my driver rating. I want to get back up to C and B rank, so I can get better races. And when I do these championship rounds, there could be more points on offer. You know. All right, I think we're gonna get at least one more lap out of this practice session. Now this is meant to be a long race, so I don't know if I'll get more practice out of. I don't know if I'll be able to get more practice because 24 laps and about 1 minute 30s, 1 minute 40s. I'm expecting this race to be around like 45, 50 minutes. So I don't think I'm gonna have too much downtime in between races. So I gotta make good use out of this practice session right now. That's also why I don't want to. I kind of want to hold off on the predictions until tomorrow. Because if I do that, if I do the predictions, it's gonna be a while. I want to take as much time as I can with them. You know, sit down, have a conversation with everybody. But depending on did some off-roading. Yeah, I know that's track limits. I figured as much. We're not going to be able to make it to the penalty line, so we'll just carry this to the end. But let's see how competitive I am with this time. All right. Here we go. First race of the night. Do I recognize any of these people from previous races? I don't know. Okay, so let's get started. Monty Pylon saying can't stand Ghoster or Mario Karters. So one interesting wrinkle that we're going to have to deal with for this race specifically, 16 points for a win, 6 points for just finishing. All right. So one thing we have to bear in mind for this race is since we are in D rank right now, we have to deal with ghosting. So we're expecting people to just try and drive through us, right? So qualifying is going to be pretty big in our in our plan. Because if I'm down at the back, I'm gonna have to do a lot of work, and I'm not expecting a lot of these people to drive clean. So I'm expecting kind of the worst out of people right now. All right, still 2-0, 60th minute. All right. So I'm gonna keep it here in the. Yeah, I'm gonna leave traction control on. I gotta put it on. So I'm gonna stay in the pits for a little bit. I'm gonna let these guys go out. You know, give them some space so I can qualify in peace. I don't want to have to try and fight for position with anybody. Alright. Now, if you haven't peeped at it, some astute eyes, you may have noticed that the livery that I'm using for this race, for this F3500, I am using the Andrea Moda livery. So if you're not aware, if you don't know what Andrea Moda is, it is a team that... Oop, somebody's in the wall. So Andrea Moda was a team from the 1990s. I think around 93, 94. They're from 93, 94. Now, they didn't even last the entire season. So, there were so many teams in the early 80s and 90s to the point where if you wanted to take part in a race, some of the smaller teams had to do pre-qualifying. They had to qualify just to qualify, just to be allowed on the grid. So Andrea Moda was a super fledgling team. Their two drivers were Perry McCarthy, who was the original Stig from Top Gear. If anybody's ever watched Top Gear, he was the original Stig on that show. And Roberto Moreno, who was like... He's kind of... I want to say what Hulkenberg is. Nico Hulkenberg is today. He's like that steady veteran who's kind of in the back, like the midfield in the back of the pack, but is still a veteran driver that you can trust to do a good job. But those two were the drivers. Oh shoot, I messed up that turn. See, I'm telling you, there's so many people spinning out. So, basically, they were bankrolled by this Italian businessman named Andrea Sassetti. But what he did was he clearly favored one driver over the other. So, what Andrea Moda has did, some of the stuff that they tried to pull, they intentionally gave Perry McCarthy a clearly inferior car for qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. They clearly favored Moreno on pit lane strategy. Ha! Pole position, nice. Okay, now this is gonna get a little bit awkward because now I gotta fight for position here. All right, cool. Got past him. Oh, and I'm setting a purple sector. Yes. So this is looking good. As this stands right now, I'm gonna be starting at the front. And I have a decent buffer. I've got almost a second. Damn. Track limits and a slow car. We're almost a second better. Alright, let's try to finish this lap real good. .3. Oh, we are gonna boss this. Let's finish this. 140. 140.7. 1.2 better than the second best driver. Hell yeah. Alright, so Toporoth, Mexican driver, is now P2. Alright, time has elapsed now. That was a really good lap, last one out. Oh, but now we got traffic. So this is gonna be a little bit tricky now. Ah, my goodness. Two seconds. So wait, was that a brake check? I don't know why he got 2 seconds. I was... Yeah! Okay. So it was a brake check. I mean, this is a throwaway lap at this point because of all the traffic. That's why I wanted to make sure that I got out of the pits later than everybody else. But now because of all the crashing and people resetting their laps, it's not really the thing anymore. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, let's see if anybody can beat my time. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more people to go. Can anyone beat my 140.7? Doesn't look like it. We're pole position. We're P1. Let's go. Alright, everybody. So, here's what we're going to do. Whew, we're in the best possible position at the moment. Okay, so if we can hang on and win this race, we'll get 16 points. Calling me a jerk. I think that's directed at me, calling us a goof. But he broke way too late. But I'm not gonna worry about him. All right, I'm gonna go hide for the Nation Cup intro. Okay, I'll be back after the grid. Alright everybody, it is round 4 of the 2026 online qualifiers for the Gran Turismo Nations Cup. We're at Santa Qua. Let's introduce the grid. Yours truly is on pole position in the Andrea Moda livery with Speedy in P2. P3 has Charles, the Mexican driver, with P4 Toporov, also from Mexico. P5 has MX5 with P6 Polywog. P7 sees Mr. Rap with P8 with Speedy Cordell in that old school Lambo Lotus livery, actually. Flight Time Data's in P9 with P10 Bearded Ducky. Nice little Tifa there. Frankie is in P11 with P12 Daddy 28. P13 has Monty Pylon with P14 I Wanna Go Fast. P15 sees Lazy One alone in the back because we had one DNF during qualifying. Alright guys, let's put that traction control on. Alright, this guy keeps talking about Mario Karting. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, he's messing about with I Wanna Go Fast. I get you. I gather. I don't know what he's on about. All right, here we go. Lights out. Now, I am going to be doing a little bit of fuel saving with this. Alright. Because I'm playing the long game. I'm also using the medium tires for this first run. So I'm going to be going long on this stint. So the plan is to go until the end of lap 15 on this stint of tires, all right? Remember, we got to use both the mediums and the softs. Alright, so Speedy's going off in the distance. He's almost 2 seconds, but I'm playing with my strategy here, so don't worry about that too much. Now, looks like there was a crash in behind, so my gap to the car behind has gone well up. It's about 2 seconds now. So even though it looks like Speedy is getting away, bear in mind, he may be on softs. He may also be driving flat out. So I'm intentionally short shifting. I'm giving myself less fuel burn. So when I do my mandatory stop and I have to refuel, I could spend less time in the pits. But I also do need to have consistent laps. Alright. 143.3. Oh. Really wonky. Alright, 2-0 still for the Red Bulls. So let's just settle in. Let's just settle in. Get some clean laps out of this. Uh-oh. A little wonky there. We're not here to rev the limiter out, so. Because when I got those crazy times earlier in qualifying, that was because I was flat out on the softs. Now I gotta take care of the car, I gotta take care of the tires. So I just need to be consistent. Really wonky. Alright, so 4 seconds to the car ahead. Alright, I'm gonna check where what our fuel situation is a little bit later on in the lap. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. Given that I'm on slower tires and fuel saving, if I can make up ground or pull away, that's a win in my eyes. Because Polywog is starting to catch me. He's 2.5 now. But is that pace coming on softs? That's the major caveat. Now, if these guys are on softs, now we'd expect them to be pitting around lap 8. Lap 7, lap 8. Depending on how they're taking care of their tires. Now, another reason why I'm going with mediums first is when I eventually swap onto the softs, I'm not going to have a full tank. I'm only going to have enough to finish the race. Which means the car will be lighter. Ooh, I want to go fast. The guy that was dealing with Monty Pylon, he just left. I want to see if it was maybe not a voluntary quit. I'll have a look at that. Now, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So for this race, if I switch over to the softs on our second stint, the car will be lighter. There will be less fuel which means a lighter car does not wear out as much tire-wise. Which means I can be a little bit more, I can stretch out the tires more. Uh-oh. I don't want to get too aggressive, because Polywog is starting to catch me. Again, I am short shifting, so I'm not driving flat out at the moment. Nevertheless, though, I do want to have a good account for myself. He's right behind me. I'm gonna play the long game. If he gets close to me and if we end up in a battle, I'm just gonna let him overtake me. I'm just gonna leave the door open. You go. Do your thing. Ooh, don't get too much into the grass now. I don't know why I have the weather radar on. 10 laps of fuel to go. Wrap is behind. 1 second. Uh-oh. Polywog had a bit of an issue. This could be an overtake, so I'm back into P2. Remember, since I'm taking it easy with this stint, any overtakes, any lead gains, that's fine with me. Speedy is 7.7 now. Which is 7.3. The most ideal thing for me right now would be to break into this 7-second deficit. Because I gotta remember, these guys are predominantly going all out. I'm doing fuel saving right now, so my pace is gonna come up later on in the race, and it's gonna come in force. We're looking at 9.4. Stay focused. This is exactly the type of race I need right now. You know? No drama. Just me with empty track, putting in laps. Just being gentle with the car. See, I figured it. Speedy was on the softs. So I'm going to overtake him now. But what compound is he coming out with? He's doing mediums. Alright, so Rap is the guy behind me. 9 seconds. Alright, be patient. I gotta be patient on this section. So all the soft runners are starting to go into the pits now. So anybody that's staying out with me, I'm gonna assume are on mediums. Or kind of delusional with their soft running. Could be a bit of column A, could be a bit of column B. Alright, so right now let's focus on getting good laps. Because in about 5 laps time, is when we get off of these mediums. So 9.2 to the car ahead. Oh, car behind, I should say. 5 laps to go. Oh, Rap has gone in as well. He's the one on the softs. Alright. So Speedy is now my... chaser at the moment. So I got a 17-second gap right now. Uh-oh. 17.1. Any gains in delta is very much a positive. There is a yellow flag, somebody has gone off. There is an incident, but it's okay since I'm the one leading the race. Anybody flying behind is going to be ghosted. So I'm under no threat from anyone. 17.1. Now my question is Speedy running into traffic? Or he is? I would hope so. Alright, 17.7. I'm gaining time. Still 2-0. 18 seconds. 18.1. Right, this is good. This is good. My tires are definitely worn at the moment. They're not operating at their best. So the fact that I'm still gaining, I'm still finding time is quite the plus. And bear in mind, I have my fast stint later on. So I just kind of need to watch these tires. Just let them make sure they last. Don't kill them too much. Personal best. Whew. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Alright. Shoot, we're in the halfway point. I just realized that. Okay, come on. I don't want to over-rev the car. That scares me. Right, back marker, Monty Pylon, P13. He's no threat to us. He can try to be a menace all he wants. He's not gonna be anything. I can just drive straight through him. He's of no consequence to me. What are we on? Lap 13? And a half. I've lost up a little bit of time, but it's no biggie. That was a bit of a mistake on my end. Alright, 2 more laps to go on this stint. Doing everything that we need to right now. I don't want to be lifting off too much. Obviously, you know, when I'm taking those fast sweeping corners, we're supposed to take them flat out. If I lift off, it's actually going to put more strain on the tires, so... So I do need to be a little bit aggressive over there. Alright, 16 seconds. I gotta admit, that last lap I was kind of cruising a bit. But also, the tires are starting to... The tires are starting to go. I'm starting to feel a little bit of difficulty. 15.9. I don't want to get too cautious. So I need my my splits to be relatively close. Like, if I can stay within like a 1/10 or 2/10 off my personal best, good enough for me. Like, this is not gonna cut it. I'm already a second below. But thankfully, this is the last lap of this stint. All right, so we're boxing this lap. All right, gap is 15.7. Not get too carried away. We're not trying to set the fastest lap on these tires. These guys have been with me since the start of the race. I see a yellow flag on the side, so something must have happened. We didn't get a full warning, so someone momentarily crashed or had an incident. 15.2 to the car behind. Alright, get these softs on, and let's see what the gap is gonna be. Alright, so I gotta be careful. I gotta be patient. So Speedy is gonna overtake me again, but I want to give myself a little bit more of a buffer. But I got fresh tires to work with. Here we go. Now let's get racy. Alright, Rap is already struggling. Already up against him. But we gotta be patient. Oh, Speedy's going with the two-stop. Oh, I see. Interesting choice here. Oh, I got a little spooked by Rap there. But that does mean I am in. I'm gonna lift off here. Give myself a little bit of space. Daddy 28, 3-second penalty. I'm just trying to find that lane. Just trying to find the right opening. Off he goes, and we're into the lead. Alright, I don't know what's going on down in the dumps, but of the back of the grid, but there's some chatter going on. Frankie has departed, so we have our next casualty. Only 13 drivers left on the grid. Monty has decided enough is enough. Alright, I did kind of bungle that turn, though. What are we looking at? Alright, let's start to burn a little bit of this fuel. Let's start to go all out of it. Push away. Alright. Just keeping an eye on my fuel remaining, just in case I need to. Just in case I need to be conservative later on. All right. The lead is getting bigger. It's 1.7. All right, 2.1. Alright, almost 2.5. Oh, wrap has gone in. That is huge. So everybody has decided to do 2 stops. I think this might have clinched the win for me then, because I can be a little bit more conservative now. But I can't get too casual. I still got a 9-second gap, and I know for a fact that Speedy has better soft tires than I do. Oh, I realize there's an ad break going on. I'm sorry, guys. All right, 9.0. All right. 4.6 laps of fuel remaining. I think we're all right. But let's just bring this car home. We got this. Because I'm not looking for a glory lap right now, so if I can get consistent 140s and 141s, I should be good. All right, come on. I don't know, did the game end? Did it finish 2-0, or did either team score and add more to the score line? Uh-oh. Was that track limits? What did the steward say? Alright, steward say I'm okay. 3.6. Come on. 2 more laps to go after this. We are long overdue for a win, so I'm super excited if we can bring this home. Keep it on the track. Keep it on the track. I've got a healthy 8.5 second lead. I don't need to be too crazy. Because my pace alone is keeping him at bay. .3 is now the gap. Let's not panic. Oop, yellow flag. I don't know who it's for. Oh, somebody beached. Lazy one. I gotta lift off for that section now. I don't have the grip levels to take it flat out. should be fine. 2 more. This second to last lap, so let's not get too. Let's not get too casual. See if we get back up to 7 seconds as a gap. Alright, as I say that, it's actually gone lower. Come on. Let's protect this gap. No! Stay on track, stay on track. No! Oh, shoot! The tires gave out. Oh, no! Damn, no! The tires gave out. Oh. That's unfortunate. Oh, shoot. Oh, but no! He's got fuel! He's got fuel problems! Did I just luck back into it? This is why you fuel save. Holy cow, I thought we threw it away. Well, we still gotta bring this car home though. Alright, full focus. No more talking. We got this. Final turn. Ah, yes. Oh, we needed this. It's P1. We won it. Oh my goodness.
Grande macchina.
Thank you. Grazie ragazzi. Man, I genuinely thought it happened again. I genuinely thought we threw it away. But Speedy ran out of fuel. So, that is why you fuel save. That is why you fuel save, guys. So, we did it. Alright. Oh, hold on, I just want to check something. Alright. Yeah. Alright. So, Red Bulls did win, but it was 2-1. So Orlando did pull one back. But this is a good start to the night. Good start to the night. Pole position and a clean race. Let's do this. All right, I'm actually gonna go hide myself. I want to take a picture of this. Hold on a sec. Okay, there we are. Nice. And a clean race bonus, despite that crash. Save the replay on that. That's 16 points in the bag. Frustratingly, we didn't gain too much in terms of driver rating, I don't think. So, super happy. Super happy, super happy. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take 3 minutes out. I gotta go stretch, use the bathroom. By the time I come back, we will be in the 10 o'clock lobby, alright? So there'll be more to come. Just hang in there, alright? Alright, Alright, where's the thank you? Yeah, thank you. It was close. Alright, anyway, I'll leave now. Alright, I'll be back in 2. Hey everybody, so I'm back. Unfortunately, I have some bad news to report. There was a weird bug when I was off, and I was not able to make the 10 o'clock race. So I got some bad news. We're not gonna be able to do the 10 o'clock. However, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna come back and do the 11 o'clock. All right, but here's the problem. I have 45 minutes. I have an hour to kill. So what do I do with this hour? Hold on, I gotta check my Duolingo real quick. All right. Anyway, yeah. So, I have a bit of a conundrum here. So, now what I can do is, I kind of don't want to risk it. I don't want to do any of the. I don't really like the daily races this week, so I tell you what. Why don't I do my F1 predictions now? This is something we can do in the meantime. Alright, so let me see here. I'll pull up my sheets. Let me see. What's this? Hold on. Sheets. Google Sheets. F1 predictions for 2026. I guess we might as well do this now. And instead of just doing nothing. So let's change my. Let's change this real quick. Boom. We got our thingamabobber here. Let me just see. Can I fit the screen? There we are. Alright, so let's see what we can do here, alright? So I got my predictions for every team. I got my general predictions right here. So I got my driver's champion, I got my constructor's champion. What do I feel about Madrid? Is it going to be a good track, not a good track? Anything about the new regulations, F2 champion, and any just random stuff that I come with. Now, when I have with my predictions, I'll do a check-in on the summer break. You know, I'll probably make this a little. Never mind. Yeah, I'll like leave a check mark, a yes or a no. If I want to make any changes at the summer break, and then at the end of the season, I'll be like, did it happen? Yes or no. Then I got another column here, who wins the teammate battle, and I'll put in another thing here. I'll probably ask some friends of mine who follow F1, what do they think about their predictions? All right, so I might as well start with McLaren. Okay, so let's get to typing, shall we? I'm gonna have to move up a little bit closer. Give me 1 second. I don't want to drop my my shaker. Ugh. Okay, so McLaren. I'm gonna say, I think Papaya Rules is gonna implode this year. I think we're gonna have a bit of an incident between Lando and Oscar. So Papaya Rules clash. All right, so that's my prediction. I think Cat. All right. Anyway. Hi, Zeno. So, Papaya Rules, McLaren, Oscar, and Lando are gonna clash together. Who wins the teammate battle? I am gonna say Lando. So, I'll just put Norris. Alright. Mercedes. Let me see here. So Mercedes is under the microscope a little bit because of this possible technical infringement, It's been a big thing during during testing. You know, are the Mercedes engines compliant? I think it's gonna affect them, you know. But I'm gonna leave that for like new regulation stuff. Mercedes will be wonky. All right, but my prediction for Mercedes is Kimi wins a race. Kimi Antonelli will win a race, whether it is a sprint or a Grand Prix. So I'll put my prediction as Kimi wins a race of some sort. All right. However, though, in terms of the teammate battle, I still think that Russell will win the teammate battle. So Red Bull. So there were a lot of people saying that Red Bull, a lot of people in testing were saying that the Ford engines were pretty good. Red Bull were pretty decent. I think, well, given how cursed the second Red Bull seat is, the prediction has to be about the second seat at Red Bull. I say Isaac Hadjar survives the season. All right, it's really, so you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm trying to type over my wheel, so I'm just trying to find the proper way of holding up my microphone. So, I think this will do. All right, so summer break check-in. Who do I expect to win the teammate battle? Yeah, this is pretty easy. I'm gonna say it's Verstappen. Oh, Verstappen. Ay, ay, ay. That win has taken out my ability to spell. All right, Ferrari. Okay, Ferrari delusions abound after testing. I wish Sheik was around, our good friend Sheik, but he is somewhere. But Ferrari, I think I'm gonna follow in with the delusion. But I think they are gonna challenge for the title. However, Hamilton wins a Grand Prix. But I still think that Leclerc is going to win the teammate battle. It'll be closer. It'll be much closer, but I think Lewis Hamilton will win a Grand Prix for Ferrari. Obviously, he won a sprint in Shanghai He did win he won the Shanghai sprint, right? Could someone fact check for that? So, how much time do I have until the next race? Hold on, sorry. Oh. Hold on, I'm just, I got 34 minutes, okay. So I got half an hour to yap about this. Oh boy, Aston Martin, here we go. Whew. Alright. Aston Martin has been in the headlines for all the wrong reasons after Bahrain testing. So, the first Adrian Newey designed Aston Martin with Honda power. The car is looking absolutely dreadful. So this is gonna be my bold prediction. This one's gonna be my big one. And it has to do with one Fernando Alonso. I think Lance Stroll is gonna keep his seat for next year. But Alonso outlines his retirement plans. So I'm not saying he's going to retire this year, but he's going to announce what the plan is going to be. So it's either going to be a case of, yeah, I'm retiring this year. This year is going to be my last year in F1, Okay, cool. But what I'm thinking is, I think it more along the lines of the John Cena retirement tour sort of thing. Is, hey, next year is going to be my last year, so let's make next year my farewell tour, so to speak. All right. So I think we're going to get some clarity on whether or not Fernando is going to stay or go. So at some point that we're going to get an announcement about that. All right. Now, as for winning the teammate battle, though, I pick him on beating Lance. All right, Haas. All right, so Haas, they're the no longer the new boys, you know. So, because now they have an American competition here, which I'm gonna get to later on. However, Haas, for all its American bravado over the last 10 years, I think it's going to get slightly more Japanese as time goes on. I do think that one of the Haas drivers will make way for a Toyota affiliated driver. So, but my money is on Ocon leaving. So, I think that I don't know if Esteban will stick around after this season. I'm pretty sure he has a contract, but something tells me that Haas might lose one of their drivers, whether it's Esteban being pushed aside in terms for a new driver, or Ollie getting the call up to Ferrari. I think one of those two is going to happen. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, yeah, one of the drivers leaves, replaced by a Toyota factory driver. And if that's the case, my money is on Ryo Hirakawa. However, who wins the teammate battle? I think Ollie's going to win it. It'll be closer, but I think Ollie's going to beat Esteban. Alright, Racing Bulls. So, here's the thing. So, Racing Bulls, they're the only team fielding a rookie, and Arvin Lidblad. I don't know if he maintains a seat though. Jury's still out on Arvid. I don't know if he'll stick around. Because who the hell knows with Racing Bulls? I know Helmut Marko has left his role, so if I were to hazard a guess, Red Bull is not gonna be as trigger happy with replacing their drivers. I think Lindblad retains a seat. Okay. But I'm going to say that Liam Lawson beats him in the teammate battle. Alpine. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. The whipping boys of the F1 paddock for the last few years. Now, Alpine no longer running on factory engines. They're no longer running Renault power. They're opting for Mercedes. So Renault have been on a downward trajectory when it comes to their presence in F1. Obviously, Alpine they rebranded from Renault to Alpine as a means of promoting Alpine as a brand, their luxury sports car brand, and Alpine in general is starting to wind down in motorsport. I don't think they're going to be retaining their seat in World Endurance beyond this year. In fact, I don't even know they're on the 2026 grid for World Endurance. So all those Alpine drivers over in WEC, who knows? So I think that's going to bleed into F1 as well. So Renault will announce plans to transition out of F1 entirely. So that's going to be my prediction for Alpine. Renault announced plans to exit F1 and sell the team. All right. Now, for the teammate battle. See, we now have a full season with Franco Colapinto. However, he is super crash happy. He is super error prone. In Bahrain testing, he nearly put the car into the wall during a practice start because of over rotation of the car. So I'm confident in saying that Gasly will win the teammate battle. All right. Now to the newest factory team on the grid, Audi. They have replaced Sauber. So, ooh. Let me just drink a little water real quick, or drink a little energy. Okay. So Audi, all right. Car looks okay. They're running their own engines, but here's the thing. I expect them just to be, I don't know, I'm expecting mediocrity out of them. So I'm not gonna lie, I honestly think they're gonna be fighting at the bottom. So something tells me they will finish, I think they will finish 10th. Alright, I think they're going to finish 10th on the constructor standings. Now, as for who wins the teammate battle, I think Gabby is gonna start to give Nico Hülkenberg a run for his money. I think it's gonna be very, very close. I think it's gonna be very even. And why not go for it? I'm gonna say Bortoleto beats Nico, but not by much. I think it's gonna be very, very close. Alright, Williams. Now, there were some initial alarm bells going off because they missed the initial Barcelona shakedown. Instead, they did some private testing at Silverstone. Now, we had a Williams podium from Carlos, but I think we are going to get the reverse this season. I think that Albon will get a podium. Alright. But over the course of the season, though, I think Sainz will win the teammate battle. Alright. I think our lone Asian representation on the F1 grid this year will get his podium. I think he's only on one podium. I think he's only got the one podium in Tuscany, I think. Was it the Tuscany Grand Prix at Mugello? Alright. Let's go with our last team, our newest team on the grid, Cadillac. So, Alright. The Ferrari engines are going to be a boon if testing is to be believed. But here's what I'm thinking. I don't think they're going to finish. I think they're going to finish above Audi. I kind of feel like they're going to finish above Audi. I'm expecting them to be like more toward the back. Obviously, it's their first season. They're still trying to figure things out. They're starting from scratch. They're not inheriting. They're not inheriting a team from like Audi is. or what Haas did when they inherited Manor for the most part. So, I think, I confidently kind of put them at P9 in the constructors, but what am I gonna say for Cadillac? So the first few rounds are gonna be in Asia and the Gulf Coast. So like your Jeddah, your Jeddahs, your Bahrains, then China, Japan, Australia. I am gonna say both Cadillac drivers make it to Q3 at least once by the end of the Asian season. Actually, no. I'll just keep it because I'm kind of going with like because I do want to I'm kind of like leaving this out as like a season thing. I feel like it would be that's a little too short-sighted for Cadillac to just focus on the Asian rounds. But I do think that both Sergio and Valtteri will make it to Q3 at least once this season. And I'm thinking about general's Grand Prix qualifying, not sprint qualifying. Now, as for the teammate battle, this is actually kind of tricky because they're kind of equal status, you know? Both are capable, both have been like capable number 2 drivers for most of their careers. But I think Bottas will win the teammate battle. But it's kind of the same as Audi. I think it's going to be super close. All right. Sorry, I just got to get rid of some things. All right. Okay. So those are my team predictions. Now, I just need to focus on my generals. Drivers champ. This one's kind of tricky. You know? Because it's new regulations. It's kind of up in the air. We only have testing to go by instead of historical precedent. So I can't really use last year's regulations. I can't use the last few years as a bit of a blueprint. So I don't see Lando retaining, though. This is kind of tough. I think, you know what? Because of how equal, because I'm thinking of the equality game in terms of like first driver, second driver. McLaren they're kind of going equal status with Lando and Oscar. Ferrari kind of is equal status, Charles and Lewis. Mercedes, it's kind of starting to feel the same with because Kimi has grown quite a bit. You can't really say that George is number 1 as much. So I think Max is gonna win. I think he gets his because it's very clear that he is the number 1 driver at Red Bull, right? And it's been that way for years. So I think Max, because of that clear number 1 driver status compared to his peers in the paddock, I think that's gonna make him my favorite for drivers champ. But you never know, you know. We'll see how the first few races go. Constructors champ. Ooh, okay. Now, how Now I think I got to think about both drivers. This is going to be tricky. Does McLaren retain their Constructors' Championship? I think they will, but by the skin of their teeth. I still think that Lando and Oscar are going to be strong, but yeah. I think McLaren are going to retain. Madrid, the new street track in Madrid, officially replacing the Spanish Grand Prix. Right? We're still going to have Barcelona, but it's going to be called the Barcelona-Catalunya Grand Prix. So, I don't know about it. I'm still kind of iffy about it. I think the racing will be fine. And I don't think there's going to be much overtaking. All right? New regulations. All right. New regulations. All right. So much has been said about the new battery systems and the new way to drive. I think overall, I think there's gonna add some strategy. I think overall it's gonna take some getting used to, but I think overall the racing will be better. You know? But I don't think we're gonna get the full story until later into the season. I want to say until maybe end of Asia. Alright, so by end of Asian rounds, racing regulations will prove better. Alright. F2 champion. Okay, let me see here. So my thing is, because of my IndyCar connections, right? Right now my thinking is Colton Herta gonna win? I say he will not. I think he's gonna. I don't think that he's gonna. He'll be thereabouts. But actually, let me see who is on the F2 grid right now. I'm gonna pull this up. F2 grid for 2026. Let me see here. Let me see. I'm just gonna pull this up on Wikipedia right now. Rafael Kamara, Joshua Dirksen, Ritomo Miyata, Colton Herta, Nikola Solov, Noel Leon, Dino Bogdanovic, Romo Walensky, Gabby Mini, Ollie Gotha, Sebastian Montoya, Mario Boya, Alex Dunn, Kushmaini, Andrew Puvasak, Emerson Fittipaldi Jr., Sian Shields, Nico Verone, John. Wait, did Fornaroli win last year? Is he not? Who won the season last year? Wait, sorry. Oh yeah. So Fornaroli is no longer in F2. Oh, I thought he was gone. Okay, so my pick to win the F2 championship is actually not on the grid because he won it last year. So he's no longer in F2. Okay. So my picks are Colton Herta, Alex Dunn, and Nikola Solov. All right. What to pick? You know what? I think Colton Herta is going to win it. Alright, so that'll be my prediction. My F2 champion will be Colton Herta. And miscellaneous stuff. Shoot. Alright. So this is just random stuff. Shoot. There was some random stuff that I was gonna be thinking about. Hold on a minute. What do I put for miscellaneous stuff? This is where I can just like be a goofball about it. Actually, wait. Hold on a sec. If I have Colton Herta winning F2, you know what I'm thinking? I'm gonna change my Cadillac prediction. There we go. Same as Haas, but similar. Instead of one of the drivers leaving, getting replaced by a Toyota driver, Colton will take one of those spots. I think he'll get one of those spots. Miscellaneous stuff. Shoot. Man. I think we are. I can't help but feel like one of these races will get extremely rained out. I don't know. I kind of want to leave. I kind of want to stew on this miscellaneous stuff. I'll probably like get back to this in a bit, but I don't know. Do I want to? Yeah, I think I'll leave this as is. So. Alright, what I gotta do is I am going to I'm gonna lock these in. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this as a screenshot. Okay. Alright, so these types of predictions always age like milk, so I'll hold myself to account about it. So what I'm gonna do is, when is the summer break? Not spell, so alright, 2026 season calendar. Montreal and Monaco are gonna swap spots. So after Budapest, alright, so after the Hungarian Grand Prix, that's when I'll revisit these, and then I'll see if we make any progress on these. So after Budapest, I'll just check each of these, see if any of them happens. I'll just put it in green or red or whatever, you know? So, alright. How much time do we got? We have about... It's 10:36. So the next lobby will open at 10:45. So we'll do I want to get some more practice in? Yeah, let's get some more practice in. Alright. Actually, hold on. Do I have to... Oh, let me close this now. I don't need this anymore. Alright, so we're back to the game. Let me see, what time do we have until the next ad break? We still got about an hour and 8. I'll just throw one in right there. Some more snooze buttons. I just want to keep ads to a minimum, so... Alright. Okay. Alright. God, I feel so bloated. I don't know why. So let's get some practice in. But yeah, I'm super excited for this F1 season. I'm really keen to see how this, how these new regulations plan out in a racing atmosphere. Because, don't get me wrong, testing is testing. We're never gonna know the full story until everybody arrives at Melbourne. Got a lot of racing to come tonight. Depending on how things go, I don't know, I might consider tonight our last, this next run our last run. And then maybe I'll just do something else for the final hour, but we'll see. I gotta get a little bit more comfortable. I need to get more comfortable using the medium tires. I want to get some more pace out of these. Alright. See, here's the thing. I would love to do the same, these same sort of predictions for World Endurance, for IndyCar, but I'm not able to watch those races week in, week out, you know, so I can't really say to do the same. And good lord, I think it's gonna be a nightmare if I try to do World Endurance, because I gotta keep track of 2 different championships, you know? So I think I'm gonna be okay with just F1. So yeah, that lobby bug kinda messed up my flow for this stream. You know, I was planning on getting straight into the next race, but I couldn't, so I gotta find some way to kill the hour, you know? Oh, I missed my breaking point. Uh-oh! Let me just restart. So I was actually considering just muting the game and just pulling up Overwatch to play for a little bit. I was actually considering switching games for an hour and then going back to F1. Sorry, not to F1, to Gran Turismo. So. Actually, wait, now that the lobby's over, I do want to see if... Now's a good time to quit. Let me see if it actually did anything, that last race, for my driver rating. I have not grown far enough. I need more... I need more good races, so... So I guess I gotta do some more. I gotta go again. So what I'm going to do is I'll do maybe about 2 or 3 laps, then I'm going to take a break, okay? I'll take a break after this. And then by the time we come back, we'll be good to go. Alright? Actually, who's playing right now? Minnesota 2-2. I forgot to turn off my TV, so they're still showing MLS on the side. All right. I don't know if I should turn off traction control for this next run. I think I'm gonna stick to having traction control on for this one. For 4.7. God. I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna do tomorrow's stream. I don't know if it'll be evening or afternoon. It'll all depend on what happens. Lobby is open, but I'm gonna finish this lap, so we'll go in after that. Alright, almost 2 seconds to the good. If I can get 142s on medium, that's good for me. Uh-oh. Yeah. We'll call it there. Alright. So, 139.7. That's my best time on the softs. So... What I'm going to do real quick, I'm just going to go to GT Auto, make sure the oil is good. Then I'll lock myself in, and then we'll get to the next race, okay? Alright, oil is excellent, but I'm going to do another oil change anyway. I can afford it. I got 5.6 million in credits. Alright. So I'm gonna lock myself in. I'm gonna lock my spot in. Alright, let me just turn this off. I'm not watching that anymore. Okay. Put the softs on. Okay. Put ourselves in the lobby. Okay. So we're good to go. Back in 3, okay? How much time do we got? 8.5? No worries. Let's get to work. Let's get some more practice in. Let's see if we can get another race win in. after this stroke of luck that we got last time out, I'm not expecting it to be twice as lucky. So let's see how this one goes. But I do want to attribute my race win to the fact that we had really good qualifying. I feel like if we bungled qualifying and we had to start further back, I don't think we would have won it. Even with our raw pace, because I kind of feel like we would have been maybe hit or punted. Oh. That's not good. That's not a good run. But yeah, I'm gonna run the same strategy this time out again. Wherever I qualify, start on the mediums. Start on the mediums and fuel save. And then fuel save again when we switch onto the softs. Although I wonder if I can get away with going a 16th lap on the mediums. I guess I'll experiment a little bit later. I'll see if I can do 16 laps on medium. I do need to lift off for that, because I tried being a little bit more aggressive, but going flat out without lifting does not work. All right, well, at least I know now. Actually, wait. Now that I think about it, I was so dead set about saying that, yeah, I'm going to do another stream tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm going to be playing tomorrow. I made it clear that I'm not a fan of the daily races that we got. And I was just checking one of my contacts on Twitter for next week's races. Not too fond of the offerings. I might be doing a lot of daily race B, perhaps. I think I'm probably going to do a lot of daily race B. But I think I do need to get some Le Mans Ultimate in. I need to get some of those races going. Or I could do some Overwatch, you know, because we are doing a double XP weekend, so I might take advantage of that. I might play a little bit. I don't think there are drops at the moment. But if there are drops, then I'll definitely do it. Because I am loving the new season of Overwatch right now. I hit Platinum. I hit Platinum for the first time in years. Playing ranked. I did it on open queue, so I might do my support placements for role queue. But yeah, that's something to ponder. don't know if I can get a couple of friends to play along. I might, you know, queue up with a couple people for maybe some quick play. Maybe call on the old Venoms or maybe some streamer friends. But whatever it is, you know, I'll figure it out. So we got maybe another lap to go until lobby starts. Let's see if we can make a 2 from 2 in attempts tonight. I don't know if that was track limits. I don't know if I kept it in. I think what I need to do for turn 1 is I need to lift and coast, then hit the brakes. So that way I can hit that apex. Even though I won the last race, I'm still looking for ways to get quicker. Brush of the wall there, but I'm still getting better. I might be able to finish this lap. Oh no! Too early on throttle. Tried to use all the track, but I used too much. 141. That would have put me in the 140s. Alright. But, not bad. Okay, sorry. Somebody just liked my thingamabobber on Blue Sky. Just me saying that I was live. Alright. I see that Speedy from the last race is in here. Okay. Let me see here. What are the points on offer? Damn. I'm actually gonna get less points for this lobby. Cause what, I got 16 points for winning last race? Yeah, yeah, what am I on? 16 points? Where am I? Oh, Speedy left! He left! He was my main competition. Holy cow. If nobody else can have the same pace as him, 2 for 2? Let's see what happens. It's time for qualifying. All right. All right, so the usual, we're gonna wait 30 seconds before we go out, okay? Just hang about in the Andrea Moda liveried F300. I'll just let them do their thing. Let everybody go. And around 5:30, we'll go out. Okay. Put some traction control on. I don't need 3, I can do 2. Oh. Alright, I do have somebody behind me, but they're a ways away, so... I don't need to worry about them too much. But there is somebody going slow. Paul Blart, what you doing, my friend? I'm just gonna have to go full pelt just to avoid him. Alright, they're of no issue. But this guy is. Somebody's going slow. Oh, this is gonna get messy. Now, is Eber using the Jordan 191 livery? It's green, it has Fujifilm on the back. Alright, this is where it's gonna get a little wonky. Because I kind of have to pull out of that corner. That's gonna affect my lap time. Oh! He hit the wall. But yeah, he was using the Jordan livery. One of the best looking cars of the 90s. That 7-Up livery. Because one of F1's GOATs made his debut driving that car, the Jordan 191. One Michael Schumacher. This is gonna be frustrating. 142.2. Yeah, this is gonna be real frustrating because I don't know. Well, actually, oh, there's somebody off. Actually, I think I will have enough time for another lap. So, all is not lost for me. Because even though I'm in clear air now, I have a purple sector, yeah, but I'm gonna have to serve a half-second penalty. That is gonna eat away at my potential time. All right, 141.2 is now. Is now the potential time. I'm still pole? Despite a penalty? What? Okay. Damn. And I'm only gonna get faster because I've got clean air now. Small margins, but I'm gaining. Let's see what we're looking at here. Almost 0.2 better. Whoa. What do we get out of this? 139.7? Boom! That's pole. That has to be pole. Hell yeah. Look at that. 1.1 seconds. Look, I know it's 2 poles and 2, but bear in mind we are in D rank, so it's something we gotta bear in mind. All right, but the trick is, oops, sorry. How are we gonna handle the race? All right, so we're gonna put ourselves on mediums. 15 points on offer. We'll see how this goes. Alright guys, I'm gonna go hide myself. We're gonna have the Nations Cup intro and then we'll do the grid walk, alright? So I'll be back afterwards, okay? So hang tight. Alright everybody, welcome back to Santa Croix. Can we make a 2 on the bounce? It's round 4 of the 2026 online qualifiers for the Gran Turismo Nations Cup. Here's the grid. Yours is In pole position in the Andrea Moda liveried F3500. Carcinogen is alongside me in P2. Lost Pandero is in P3, with Really Rick in P4. P5 sees Paul Blart in this traditional Jordan livery. P6 is Baka. P7 is Panda Ken, with P8 AJ. P9 sees Heber in the Jordan 191, while P10 is Will RT. P11 sees Mr. Gordo, with P12 McPatty D. P13 sees Scar M White, while P14 sees Koton. Nice little GT livery there. Road Rage is in P15, and that is going to be the grid. Alright guys, here we go. Let me put that traction control back on. Gonna put a little bit, I'm gonna put myself on lean mode for the little crawl before the line. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's get back to power mode. Get this radar on. Let's see how this goes, because we're gonna be short shifting. Off we go. Alright, I'm already pulling away. Alright, I'm gonna have to move my microphone in a little bit. So bear with me, guys, okay? Alright, that might be better. Uh-oh. Bit of a mistake there. Again, I'm playing the long game here. Uh-oh, but there was contact. Alright, 2-second penalty though. Alright. P5 initial right now. But off you go. Oh, shoot. I nearly lost it myself. Remember, we're playing the long game here. We're just doing a one-stop. And we're doing a lot of fuel saving. Purple sector. 144.6. Alright, I'm playing the long game here. I'm very convinced all these guys are on soft tires, so they're naturally going to be quicker than me, but I am doing my long stint now, which means I'll be much quicker as the race goes on. So let's not panic despite me all the way down in P5. Alright, Carson Engine, the guy that I kind of dummied into the wall. He's out of the lobby. He's a DNF. Oh, shoot. Couple of bad errors here. But I know my abilities. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. AJ has departed. This could be a race of attrition, the way things are going. We've got 3 people leaving this early on. I got a 10-second gap. This will not do at all. Let's get a move on. Gotta be gentle on the throttle. Alright, 6 seconds to the car ahead. Oh, shoot. "12 laps to go on this stint. Fuel-wise. Okay, we got a yellow flag. Somebody has gone off. Somebody's had an incident. That's our stricken party there, so this could be an overtake. Lost Pandero. Stay in the slipstream. Dirty Arrow is a little bit wonky. Ooh. Alright, we're side by side. Okay. That worked. I was ready to make evasive maneuvers, but okay. Rush of the barrier there. Alright, Los Pandero is going into the pits. So that's one of the soft runners done and dusted. Let's see if I can make a little bit more progress and try to catch up to the others. Yeah, because my 11-second gap, almost 12-second gap to the cars leading is now down to 8. And there's P3 and P2. Oh, he's trying to push me off the track. Be patient, because he caused damage to my car doing that. Alright, leaders have gone in. Alright, Paul Blart is now my target. He's the guy that I gotta track down. .5, huh? Alright. Okay. Alright, that was a weird audio glitch. I thought I heard somebody crash, but nobody's near us. Alright, so let's see if we can cut into this 9.3 deficit. I'm willing to bet he's on mediums as well. I think he's trying to do the same thing that I'm doing. 8.5. I had to make some corrections there. Well, 42.1 is now the fastest lap. He's 9.4. Where did he find 3 seconds? I don't know. Maybe he's going all out. Because remember, we're fuel saving, so this strategy could come back to bite him. So let's see. And 6. Alright, 7.5 left in the tank. It's alright, I only need 5 laps. Come on now. Uh-oh. That was a little sloppy from me. Yeah. I could have lowered the deficit a little bit if I kept my nerve. Okay, 15.4. I don't think that's enough to maintain position by the time I do my pit stop, but it'll put me within a fighting chance. Oh, leader is in. And he was on softs. Alright. Something to bear in mind for later on in the race. And he's topping up on fuel too. So what's my gap? Almost 16 seconds. Because right now what I need to see is Paul Blart gonna overtake Los Pandero and start challenging me? But I gotta settle my nerves. I was a little bit wonky on the end of the bridge. Went a little deep. So remember, we still got 4 laps to go on this stint, so we're not out of the woods just yet on these tires. 13.1. Alright, leader in. Oh, sorry. Not leader. Chaser in. Lead chaser. So this makes a little bit more sense because I'm racing against Paul Blart, which is a funny thing to say in hindsight. .2. Do have a back marker coming up, so let's be ready to deal with them. Obviously, they're not gonna be able to punt us off or anything like that. So I just gotta navigate past them as quick as I can. Come on now. Oh, that's a mistake. Shoot. How much is that mistake gonna cost me? $17.2. I mean, he doesn't need to move aside like that. I'm just going to drive straight through him. Alright, yellow flag up ahead. Alright, that's our stricken party. That's another back marker, so it's no big deal. Alright, 16.6. To the car behind. Back marker here. .3. Keeping a good pace. Come on. I'm like super focused right now. Somebody has departed. There's only 12 drivers left on the grid. Kotan has departed. .0. A lot of excess wheel spin that I wasn't looking forward to. One more lap. Oh, little brush of the barrier. Not ideal. Alright, box, box. Where are we on right now? 16.5? Okay. We've been hovering over 16 and 17 seconds, so that's what I'm going to have to work with when I go into the pits. Don't lose focus. Alright. Oops, sorry about that. Drink break. Sponsored by Dubby. Alright, let's go, let's go. Thanks, Dingo. Doing what I can. I'm just adding some extra fuel just in case. I want to leave a little buffer for myself. Tires are a little cold, so we gotta be careful. Alright, so what do we got? 7.5 seconds to make up? Let's see what we can do. Because my question for Paul Blart is he gonna do a second stop? Because if he does a second stop, it's game over. I win. So, let's see what happens here. All right, 7.3. The car is a lot lighter too, so despite my fuel saving, on the whole, I'm a lot quicker. I feel a lot quicker too. Don't worry if it's not, if it doesn't look like I'm making too much crazy progress. I'm just letting the race come to me. It's still early on in the stint. There's still a lot of stuff that can happen. Whoa, little wobble there. .7, 2.8 to the car behind. All right. Kind of wish I knew his tire and fuel situation. Steady. Personal best. Okay. Ooh. Blue sector. Okay. Starting to find our footing. Even if I finish P2, this is still a good result. Alright. Chaser behind is on a 2-stop strategy, so they are no threat. No longer. No longer a threat. Question is my competition up ahead doing a 2-stop as well? Oh shoot, I actually set the fastest lap of the race. 6.8. Left to go on my fuel. Alright, I see a blue flag on the side, which means we're coming up on a back marker. On back markers, I should say. Oh, and the gap has gone down. It's now 6.4. Shoot, I don't know if he's fuel saving or not, but... Or maybe I'm just starting to find my footing. Alright, 5 laps to go. Let's do this. 21 and a half to the guy behind, so there are no consequence to us. Or concern, rather. Starting to get closer. My lines are getting smoother. Wide. Little tap. But less than 6. Just under less than 6. Come on. Work with me, car. Work with me. He's hanging in there. That turn has been very, very tricky for me. I haven't been able to make up time. Ah, Cyrus. How'd he do? Yeah, it is the hardest corner. At least I'm surviving it. Yeah, I'm just thinking, discretion is the better part of valor, you know? Because I know how much of a weapon these cars can be, so I'm just focusing on the... I'm kind of just banking on the fact that we're short shifting and we're just being conservative with this. Oh boy. Because if I can keep up this pace... Uh-oh. I was not paying attention. I'm a little bit too scatterbrained there. Alright. Lost a little bit of time there, so let's see if I can make it up. Alright, 6.1. Dropping a bit, but... I think I can afford a chance to be a little bit more aggressive on my revs. I've got 3.5 to go. Let me see if I can unlock a bit more engine power. I can go all out? Sure. Yeah. Oh, is that our target up ahead? 5.5? All right, slowly catching. .6. Oh, slight bit of damage. but we'll be okay. Because I think he might be fuel saving. Yeah, I'm gonna go all out. No need to fuel save anymore. But I still gotta watch out for these tires, though. Who is our victim there? Somebody was yellow. Alright, 5 seconds. It's a back marker. These are both back markers. Sorry if my arm is brushing up against the microphone. Blue flag. It's okay, they're ghosted. It's no big deal. I think he's gonna hang on here. Oh well. Still a good showing though. Just bring the car home. Pray for a post-race penalty. Which has happened to me once back in GT Sport. Yeah, P2. Alright, not bad, not bad. Fortunately, some early race hiccups. Yeah, but I can't complain. P1 in the first race, P2 over here. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, guys. It's kind of getting late for me, so I should probably make it. Oh, Pandero, the guy behind us, is gonna get a 2-minute penalty. Yeah, it is a really good race. Once you master the traction of this car, once you deal with the wheel spin, it's great. So all right, but I think that's I'm trying to think. Paul Blart's car, I think that's a Lotus livery, right? Because I went with the Andrea Moda livery, because memes. But I think he's running a Lotus or a Renault. I don't know what that camel. The obviously the gold camel is Lotus, but that big splotch of green, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, let me just see. Glad to see some GT friendos all getting together. I said penalty, but I meant podium. Yeah, exactly. The only reason why I would be upset is because I was on pole. So it's okay. It's late. It's late for us. It's about to hit midnight. It is sleep o'clock for me. So all right. Let me see here. At least we're both Filipino. There is a base level. Fantastic. Hell yeah! I really wish, cause see here, I really wish I had my yeah. I don't have my normal suit and helmet. because I do have the Filipino flag at the back. So, alrighty, I'll just give Paul Blart good race and well done. Yep. All right. I'll take this. I'll take this. Unfortunately, I end up losing 2 points. But hey, it's all about trying to get back up to B rank. You know, we've had so much bad luck the last few months. We got to keep getting more good results so we can get back up to B. So, all right. I'm gonna go see if anybody's available for a raid. Let's see. Let's see who's available. Let me pop in. It'll even out. Exactly, yeah. Oh shoot. My friend Sardonyx is playing some Overwatch. He's a good friend of ours. He's a member of the 5 Deadly Venoms. Before I was a big sim racer guy, I was a big Overwatch guy. So I'm gonna go see what he's doing on his Overwatch placements. So I'll be heading on over there. But I'll probably play some Le Mans Ultimate tomorrow. But yeah, Cyrus, Dingo, thank you guys for coming. Nice to see you guys over. But yeah, I'll see you guys. Take care.